Hi friends, hello, good morning, welcome back to the channel for just a very normal day in the life. I have already been doing exactly this for 2 hours now. I woke up at 7 and it's 9, but I am feeling very on top of things after getting some things done, so thankful for that. We actually had a really fun night last night. We brought soup over to some friend's house. I brought Opa soup. They had a baby like 8 weeks ago now, and I taught them how to play Scrumble Cube. If you don't know, that's my made-up version of Scrabble and Rummy Cube using a Scrabble board. That was my first time teaching a non-family member Scrumble Cube in real life, and I had a blast seeing them like understand it and then like it. I was like, heck yeah, that's awesome. So we got in a little bit late last night, but feel all caught up, at least on worky things. But what I don't feel caught up is like life things. I have this huge list on my phone of like life admin tasks that I need to do. So I figured maybe as part of the vlog today, you guys can come along with me and do some just like very normal life admin type things and see how much we can cross off the list, because that always, you help hold me accountable, basically, is what happens when I vlog a life admin day. But I also want to hang out and chat. I think we're due for just like a big sister advice day. I need to get my day started because I have a lot I want to do with y'all today. And it's already 9 and I really need to shower. I'm taking off tomorrow, Friday. I'm making Sunday a work day and Friday a weekend because Anna comes into town tomorrow. And you know what? I'll bring y'all along for some of that too. Let's end on a fun girls' day around San Diego with Anna and her baby Manon. So that's my motivation too for getting things in order so I can just play tomorrow. I went ahead and did like my full body routine for when I'm about to self-tan. I think I want to self-tan tonight or tomorrow and shave everything, exfoliate everything, and then before I self-tan, like the morning before or the day before, I'll use a ton of super like hydrating things. And okay, when I did my Christmas gift guide video and the giveaway, and I asked like, what are the #1 things on your Christmas wish list so that I can include them on the giveaway, one of the most frequent responses besides the Ninja Creamy was Osea products. And I really hope nobody bought anything yet because I'm getting to work with them because they have a crazy early Black Friday sale going on. I love this brand. I love this brand so much. This is one of the brands that I found on my own and like obsessed over and kept talking about and tagging them. And I guess eventually they noticed me. They're actually based out of California and they're a mother-daughter brand and they use like ocean products. There's a lot of seaweed and algae and just ingredients from the ocean. And my skin loves that. So I've loved them for years now. They did give me a usual promo code, which is 10% off. This time it's Janse10 to get 10% off. But the extra exciting thing that they're doing is if you use my code and shop during the sale and happen to spend $125, they're gonna give you up to 5 free gifts. They sent them all to me to show you what they are. But literally, you could get all of this. This is what it includes. It includes the Best of Body travel set. So one of them is the hyaluronic body serum. This is one of my almost empties. The Undaria algae body wash. That's what I just used in the shower. The Undaria algae body oil. This is great if you need like loads of hydration. It just sinks into your skin. And then this is another one of my almost empties because I use this every time I'm about to self-tan. The Undaria cleansing body polish. This body cleansing polish has to be one of the best I've ever had. It has AHAs and micro exfoliants, which helps cell renewal, but like it leaves your skin feeling really hydrated afterward. It doesn't feel stripping at all. That's why for me it works really well before I self-tan. The 5th gift is this. This is a plant-based body brush. I've been doing some lymphatic drainage things and I've learned how beneficial this is. Like, they make me do this now. So such a great deal. Thank you, Osea, for partnering with me on this video. There's just so many good things. I love them so much. Okay, that's it. Okay, I hope y'all are, oh, wait. Yeah? What? Tell me about it. I was gonna say I hope y'all are feeling chatty, but Max is feeling chatty. I would love to go through some big sister advice questions while I get ready for the day. I just like hanging out and talking with y'all. Maybe you're also getting ready for the day and we can get ready together. I do want to preface this by saying, obviously, I'm gonna give you advice from my own opinions, and obviously, I've made some pretty bad life decisions in my life. So take everything I say with a grain of salt. It's out of big sister love, and hopefully it can provide some value to someone, or even just a different perspective to consider if you are dealing with something and wanting to navigate it. But first, I was just now going through and screenshotting one that was so funny. This isn't a big sister advice question, but someone says, random, but I'm so curious why you put deodorant all the way from your armpit to your elbow. Because I'm a stinky girl, okay? I am like actually so stinky. It is an ongoing battle to not stink. But I'm here to represent the stinky girls in the world. You can be a stinky girl and be a hot girl. There's that. Anyways, okay. Is going to college worth it, and ways to keep from having school debt? I don't want to encourage anybody to not go to college, but I would say don't rush into it. Take a gap year. Take 2 gap years. Experience what you like. I do think it's like pretty wild that our culture says 18, go decide what you want to do for your career and pay tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars to work towards that. I think there's nothing wrong with starting college later. Absolutely not. And who knows, you might fall into a career path like Jordy, to where it is something that he really enjoys and he didn't need to have a degree for, and boom, now he's doing it, and he's 30 and he's still doing it. So I would say take a gap year, work, try some jobs, figure out what you enjoy, and then you will be working, you will be making money, and hopefully you can set some aside to go towards school if you decide to do it. When you see your friends make decisions that will hurt them, how to not sound judgmental. Okay, this is hard because I do think like true friends are called to be there for their friends. And like to be a true friend, you do have to be able to be honest and say, hey, I don't know if what you're doing is the best idea, but also nothing worse than a friend that like inserts themselves into things that don't concern them too much and like gives you like their opinions. I've dealt with some friendships like that where they don't know the full picture, and it makes me want to distance myself from them because I'm like, this, you don't even know fully what's going on, and this is hurtful to me that you think that I am blank. This is like kind of my golden rule. It's always a good idea to bring something up in an incredibly gentle, loving tone one time as a friend. Let's say this scenario is your friend is starting to date a guy and you think this guy is bad news. You could sit this friend down and say, hey, I just love you and I care for you so much. I'm never gonna push this. I only want to say it once. I just have some red flags about this guy, and I want you to be safe, I want you to be happy, and I want you to be healthy because I adore you. If you want to explore that further or like talk about it, I'm here. I'm here for you no matter what you do, no matter how it goes. But I just wanted to, as your friend, voice that. And I think beyond that, pushing it when they don't bring it up is probably inappropriate. Tone is the number one way to not sound judgmental. You can say the exact same thing in 2 very different ways. One would sound judgmental and turn someone off, and one would sound just compassionate and be helpful to someone. I'm debating a big move. Should I? Advice for making a big move? I honestly would say, heck yeah, go for it. You know why? I truly think our society needs to be better about understanding that decisions don't have to be permanent. If you move, you don't have to stay there for the rest of your life. If you move and you hate it, you could stay for a month, you could stay for a year, you could stay for a week, and you could move somewhere else. You could move back home to where you were. You can do whatever you want. If something's on your heart and you want to try it and experience it, not doing it might kind of like always be in the back of your mind, like, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I did that. As long as it's not something that would like financially super heavily burden you or like cause lingering stress in other areas, if you can pull it off, I say try it. How to actually be productive and stick to a schedule. Major ADHD here. I screenshotted this one because I've learned a lot about this from Jordy. He actually just recently became medicated for ADHD, and he's like, wow, my brain is like so clearly focused now, which is great. His method is he writes down actually every single thing that he needs to do. His note on his phone is a dictionary of tasks that he eventually needs to do. And then every week he kind of like spaces out those tasks by day with also like things on his calendar. So he'll write out like, this day I have this doctor's appointment, this co-write, so I'm going to fit in these 3 tasks after that. And then the night before, he'll schedule everything out by the hour. And that's just a way that like holds him accountable. And so that's how he has been very productive. And he gets a lot done. So that's great. But also newly medicated and has enjoyed that so far as well. How to handle overly talkative friends that never ask about you. I would say, honestly, they don't sound like a life-giving friend. They sound like a draining friend, and I would just be mindful about how much time you spend with them. Maybe they can become a much more like casual acquaintance friend that whenever you host like big group things, you invite them. Maybe you hang out with them like once a month, one-on-one, but I would just be mindful about not giving them so much of your time that you feel drained, because there are people out there that you will feel valued by. And those people should be your core community that you really invest in, because the investment is mutual. That's what I'd say. Which, I don't love the way that answer sounds, but you know, I'm protective over my little sisters. I want them to feel like they are also being cherished and respected in their friendships. I feel I've been outgrowing a longtime friend for quite some time. How do I go about this? I never get offended when somebody like kind of drifts away from me, but then I always wonder if other people do, because I very much understand that in life there's so many seasons, and you'll naturally be close to someone for a season, whether it's like you're in the same phase of life, your roommates, your coworkers, you go to school together, whatever. And then life changes and people change, and you can still love someone and be thankful for your friendship with them and not be like super duper close with them anymore. And that's kind of just the cycle. So I have never been upset when someone does that to me, but I wonder if it's time to just gracefully drift. It doesn't need a conversation unless the person comes to you and is like, hey, why aren't you reaching out as much as you used to? Occasionally checking in, sending texts, like thinking about you, whatever, without having to spend a ton of time with that person might be a way to just like let life take its course if you feel like you've outgrown them. I think that's totally fine and part of it. How to not be jealous of my significant other's exes. That is like such a hard thing. When you love somebody, it's always like cringy to think about the fact like, ugh, before me you love someone else. You know what I mean? Like that's just, it's not a fun thought. The way to not be jealous of your significant other's exes is to know it ended for a reason, and they decided on their own to start a relationship with you because they like you. The other people are old news in the past and they're over them. My boyfriend calls me names when we fight, which is rarely, but should that be a deal breaker? I think what would be a deal breaker is if you told him, hey, when you call me these words, it really hurts me, and I'm going to ask that you don't do that ever again, and enforce a strict boundary. And if it happens again in the future and they disrespect that boundary and call you that name knowing that it really hurts you and you ask them not to, that would be a deal breaker, because that would show a lot about their character. Don't love the fact he's calling you names, but it's good to let them know how much it genuinely hurts you so that they can be aware of that. Last one, any Christian books you recommend? My favorite book of all time out of the like Christian self-help-ish world is To Hell with the Hustle. It's by a friend of ours, Jeff Bethke, but I read his book before I ever met him. He flew Jordy out to Maui a couple years ago, and I went with to play music for his church, and that was really fun. But his book, To Hell with the Hustle, like so much changed my brain, because it really significantly goes into detail about the areas that I struggle so much. So if you're a person that like tends to put work and accomplishments and like stress and anxiety and all that sort of stuff before your relationship with God, that's a good one. Similarly is The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. That one is a little more common of a book, and it is slightly more flowery with the language than Jeff's book. Jeff's is like very much just like plain language, easy to grasp, but both of them are really good. Okay, I've been chatting for too long, but I am officially ready. So how about we plan out our day and make a little life admin plan. I'm still in pajama shorts because I can't decide if I want to get cute today, or I did book a Pilates class tonight, and if I should just be in athletic clothes all day because that's easier. I might do that. Okay, let's make our life admin day list with a background track of drums. Can y'all hear that? I just checked Jordy's streaming on TikTok live as he like writes a song. I need to figure out when our property insurance is due, because I think it's twice a year in California, and I had a surprise bill the night before our wedding, and I remember literally crying as I paid that, because I was like, I need to be sleeping, my wedding's in the morning, and I have to figure out how to pay like $8,000. Anyways, property tax. I actually need to make a radiology appointment. I had a well woman's exam yesterday, and I have a lump in my breast. It has gotten larger and smaller and larger and smaller, so I thought it was a lymph node. She thinks it's probably a cyst. There's a type of cyst that can like fluctuate depending on where you are in your cycle. But nevertheless, I need to go to a radiology appointment. So schedule radiology. I need to go through mail because I think there's probably more virtual tasks in the mail. And I need to set up some things for a campaign I'm filming this weekend. Oh, and I have some Instagram stories I need to film today. That's just work. And then errands, we need to go to the notary and have something signed before Jordy's going to college today. He's going to go teach songwriting at Point Loma. So he's leaving at 1 p.m. and he'll be gone until probably like 8 or 9 p.m. doing that. So we need to do that before he leaves. And I'm out of oat milk. I need to stop for oat milk. I'm looking through just all of my random notes to myself on my computer, seeing if I forgot anything else. And then I'm saving work things for after Pilates tonight. I have to link Saturday's videos. I have to pull thumbnails for 2 videos. And I do have to clean the kitchen, but that's just a daily thing. Okay. Good treat. Lay down. Good boy. Doctor gave me this number to call and schedule an appointment. I'm doing some mail tasks while also watching Jordy literally live stream next door in the studio. He's writing a really beautiful song. Did my vehicle registration. Now, figuring out exactly what this is. It's a fee for property records. So I have to mail in a check, which is great because when we go to the notary, we can also mail that. And then I will have crossed 2 more things off. Is real life stuff like this fun? Does it make you feel like, okay, other people are figuring it out too? Or is it like, this is so boring. Please, I want an escape from my real life, not to watch your real life. Let me know. We back, baby. I'm really proud of myself. I only got the couple things that I needed, which is oat milk, but I got 3 of them. Still waiting for California to start selling the simple Oatly somewhere without the seed oils, but have only ever found it in Texas. And almond butter for me and Max. Max, almond butter. But I couldn't make a matcha until I got more Oatly, so I am feeling the need for caffeine. I've been loving doing salted maple matchas lately, ever since I brought home maple syrup from Vermont. So it's just as it sounds. I just do my cheater girl way, which if you haven't seen, I just put everything straight up in my milk frother. This brand milk frother is the one that comes with an espresso if you buy the Nespresso with the frother, but you can buy just the frother from like a million different brands. So I fill my Oatly. I add like a half a teaspoon of matcha straight in there. Then I add probably about the same amount of maple, half a teaspoon. And the key is a hint of salt, just a hint. It makes everything have such a better depth of sweetness and flavor. That's it. Simple, easy, no fuss. But if you have real maple syrup somewhere, highly recommend you try it. It's starting to get pretty dark out here. It's officially dusk. Probably 5 hours till bedtime. And I'm gonna do an hour of work, hour of Pilates, and then shower, self-tan, and do a few more hours of work. Just trying to prep to hang out with Anna tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. I might take her to the massive antique mall. I know we wanna get lunch. Maybe she'll come over here. I'm really not sure. But Jordy's also leaving this weekend to go play a college show somewhere. Pennsylvania? Started with a P. I'll end off on that little montage sort of thing. And I wanted to say thanks again to Osea. I love you. Thank you. Janse 10% off. And then the early Black Friday sale, get up to 5 gifts for free. I'll have all the information linked down below, along with any other links that I could possibly think of. I always try my best to go through a video and link anything that I can. If it's still being sold, if it's not, something similar, you get it. I try my best. But I love y'all. Let's go spend a weekend day with Anna. Okay, I can't wait. That's so fun for Christmas photos.